Hey guys, welcome to a pattern review of Swim Style's Tamarama Set. It is a relaxed shirt and pants, but in my case shorts. This is the pattern. It's a PDF pattern. I had to print it out, and it is either the relaxed shirt and the shorts or the relaxed shirt and the pants. This time I opted for the shorts because I wanted to make this for summer, and summer equals shorts. The pattern ranges from an extra small to an 11X. The bust goes from 32 inches all the way up to 60 inches. Waist from 26 inches to 54 inches, and hip from 36 inches to 64 inches. I sewed a 1X, which is a 40-inch bust, 34-inch waist, and 44-inch hip. And it was pretty true to size for me. As I was cutting and like putting things together, I was like, there's no way this is gonna fit. I honestly thought it was gonna be a little too big. I was wrong. So the measurements are pretty true to size, and it was a good fit. And as for fabric, the pattern recommends a chambray, a cotton linen, crepe, crinkle cotton, double gauze cotton, light linens, linen blends, light polyester. Most weights of woven fabric will work well for this design. A light fabric will produce a softer, more fluid look. A heavyweight linen will also work well and create a bold, dramatic look. I opted for a soft, very soft, thin woven. I actually got this fabric from Mood. It is part of their last Halloween collection from 2023, but I got it because I really liked the eye print of it. This two-piece set is a part of my Summer Capsule Collection that I'm working on. Yes, summer is over. I know. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm working on a Summer Capsule Collection, and I felt the print here, even though kind of creepy when you zoom in, the print is fun and just good for summer, and matching two-piece set also screams summer to me, so this is why I opted for that. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. First, cutting. On a normal, everyday, average day, cutting would have been so easy. There were only a few pattern pieces, no real restrictive instructions for cutting, cut 2, cut 1, cut on the fold. Very simple. I, on the other hand, challenged myself to match the print, and what that is we see how this is printed, right? It's repeat over and over. I wanted to try and match the print on the side seams and the back yoke seams, and that is honestly where I went wrong. So tonight is day 1 of the Tamarama Set. This is the second/third look of the Summer Capsule Collection. It's this guy right here. We're doing this view, and I'm going to cut it out tonight and hopefully sew it this weekend, but cutting it out is the first step. My goal is to match the pattern or match the print across the shirt, to add like that little extra value, that extra quality detail in it, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if I have enough fabric to do that. I didn't account for that when I bought the fabric, so I'll lay it out first, and if I can match it that way, then I'll start cutting. Wrong for trying to do this quickly. It took me 4 times to just try and match up the pattern, to just try and match up the print across the pattern. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. This is not my first time trying to match prints, but this one threw me for a loop. Okay, so as I was laying the pattern piece out and trying to mark it to match the patterns, I started with the back piece, and I realized that there is a back pleat. So I have to reline it up because I was basing the center. Can I do that? If I put the center of the shirt, make it be the pleat. I think I can actually. Hold on, let me see. So what I was talking about is I lined the back piece up, and there's a pleat in here that yep, this is the notch. So right here there's a pleat. This gets folded over. And I started doing the marks for the print. So these are the eyeballs. And ideally, this is the seam for the yoke. So ideally, this eyeball will continue on the yoke when it's sewn together. So it looks like one piece. What happens though is this pleat messes up the matching with its top part, with its yoke up here. So I'm deciding if this is probably the point I need to reference to match the pleat, or to match the pattern. This one right here. And everything from here matches. Yep, that's what I have to do. Okay, so I'm gonna have to repin this. Cool. To match the pattern, I originally I was trying to start from the back, but with the way the pattern was, there's a pleat in the back that, in my mind at the time, thinking about it, wouldn't let me line up the eyeballs, we're calling them eyeballs, that wouldn't let me line up the eyeballs evenly to the yoke. So that was the first attempt that I did wrong. Second attempt was trying to go from the yoke down to the back piece. Again, something with the eyeballs not lining up and not being, it is a symmetrical art, but something with that pleat just didn't make things line up. So my next solution was to add a back seam. So in this pattern, that is one of the updates I made. I made a back seam to try and get this pattern or print matching. Did it help? It did. I think it did. I think it did. So I added a back seam to try and help with the symmetricality of the print. That didn't work though. Something went wrong. I don't know. The next attempt, I was like, let's start from the front. Let's go from the front. I opted to match this over the center front placket, and that lined up very nicely. And the next goal was to line up the side seams. Unfortunately, that didn't work out because my math didn't math appropriately. So unfortunately, it didn't match up all the way. It's a little off, but I wanted to match across. It didn't happen. Now, I planned for the collar stand and the collar to also match and just have very seamless. Somehow, my visuals didn't visualize and my math didn't math, and it didn't line up, but that's okay. I tried my very best though. So, not everything was fully achieved, but again, I liked how it came out. The front is good. That's what kind of really matters. So, it looks very nice. As you can see, there's also no buttonholes yet. So when those go in, everything will be nice and lined up in the front. So, well, I recommend a print because it is very summery, very airy, and it gives you that, you know, vacation vibe. If you're going to match print, just take your time and think it through. Now, for sewing. This pattern was actually a really easy sew. I did it in a weekend. The shorts were pretty easy. I did make a mistake, not gonna lie. It was a very simple mistake, and because I wasn't paying attention, I ended up sewing the front pieces together of the legs, the front legs together, and the back legs together, and I had to take them out. I serged the edges and made it a clean finish, and as I was going to press, I noticed my mistake, and that set me back a little bit. Happens to the best of us. Other than that, it was very easy. There's an elasticized waist, so I put the elastic in the waist. With that comes encasing the elastic, buttonholes, and a drawcord. Both the buttonholes, best buttonholes I've ever done in my life. Very proud, very easy. I followed the pattern, but the buttonholes were too big and too low. So next time I will double check that and just make sure everything lines up correctly. The buttonholes go into the waistband seam, which is not a problem. I worked around it, but you know, I would like it to be correct next time. For the elastic, I did get to use a new tool. As I was in Joann's shopping around, I saw it on the wall and I was like, yes, I will purchase. So I purchased it, I used it, and it was actually very helpful. The tool feeds the elastic through a tunnel or encased area. So very easy, better than a safety pin. Usually I will pin a safety pin and feed it through. This tool is a lot more sturdier. It's still small. The tool is a lot more sturdier in feeding it through. So definitely would recommend that. Other than that, Drawcord, I also use a tool for that to help feed it through. It just makes these things a lot easier. Oh, also use the loop turner for the Drawcord. So a few tools were brought out in the creation of this two-piece set. The button-up shirt, also a very easy sew. I was a little intimidated by the collar only because I haven't done a collar in a very long time, and these instructions were a bit different than how I would usually sew a collar. So I really tried to follow the instructions, how they are first given, and then I'll do my own thing afterwards. That's a lie. I usually do what I want from the beginning, but because I knew I was going to do a pattern review, I followed the instructions. So the instructions were very easy, very clear for the collar, and I forgot how satisfying it is to watch it come together with the top stitching and the precision and the cleanliness. And I'm happy with how it came out. Everything folds properly, which is always a good sign. And it was just so satisfying to watch it come together. Other than that, placket, I would think the buttonholes are going to be the most challenging, only to keep them consistent through the whole front. I am not very strong with buttonholes. I hate doing buttonholes. I actually want a machine that does the buttonholes for me, but haven't made that investment yet. So buttonholes are still what I need to do. Add the buttonholes and add the buttons. That will get done before the collection is over, hopefully. So yeah. So now that everything is sewn, adjustments I would make going forward would be waistband of the shorts. The shorts look nice. I would just prefer a wider waistband. Right now I think it's at 3/4 of an inch, and it's just a baby waistband to me. I would like it a little thicker, a little girthier, just a little bit more prominent. So I would definitely widen the waistband. I like the double stitch across an elasticized waistband. It's a more sportier vibe, I think, and again, girthier. I just love it, okay? Personal preference. Any other adjustments? I want to add a pocket. I like pocket button-ups with pockets. With the whole matching print not going as well the first time, I didn't even bother. That is what I was actually excited for starting this, but matching print was too long. So I would add a pocket for the button-up. Everything else I think is pretty good for what it is. It's very nice and clean. I would probably try a little heavier fabric. I would just try it on a different fabric to see what else is out there. Definitely not in the print though. I would do something else. Definitely maybe a lightweight denim. I think that'd be cute, like a lightweight light blue denim. Clap that. Would I sew this again? Absolutely. Again, it was a very easy sew. I did it in a weekend. It's very good for vacations. I think a whole outfit, very simple, very easy. So yes, 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend to sew this for yourself. And that's the pattern review for the Tamarama Set by Swim Style. If you like this video, this was a new structure I tried, please leave a comment below. Let me know if this is the kind of video you like moving forward, and also if you think that you would sew the Tamarama Set. Until next time, guys, keep designing your best life. Bye.